Apple's new iPhone 17 series has been showcased in a hands-on video, and the ultra-thin iPhone 17 is clearly the primary focus. Starting with the star of the show, the iPhone 17 Air is separated from the others with its single rear camera module. It will boast the same 48 megapixels camera module as the iPhone 16e. Its photographic capabilities include a 12 megapixels with 2x telephoto mode and portrait mode with depth control. Apple Track characterizes the side profile of the iPhone 17 Air as the magic of this phone. As you can see from the picture, the iPhone 17 Air is scarcely thicker than the buttons on the side. Compared to the 8.25mm Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max, the iPhone 17 Air is ridiculously thin. Recent sources say the iPhone 17 Air measures between 5mm and 6.25mm thin. However, the emphasis on designing an ultra-thin form factor has led to one compromise: audio quality. The iPhone 17 Air dummy unit only features 2 speakers on either side of the USB-C connection. This is 3 fewer than the other iPhone 17 variants, which include speakers on both sides of the phones when in landscape mode. The iPhone 17 Air is reported to sport a 6.6-inch OLED display with 120Hz ProMotion technology. It is projected to cost roughly $900 to approximately $1,179, to $1,000 to approximately $1,310. In keeping with most speculations, the iPhone 17 Pro dummy units feature a new camera bar design that runs over the whole top area. While the triangle camera structure is preserved, Apple Track thinks substantial changes are planned for the telephoto lens. The iPhone 17 Pro is said to contain an enhanced telephoto camera, which will unleash suitable zoom capabilities. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max variants are likely to keep the 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch display sizes, respectively. The dynamic island, believed to be smaller this year, looks comparable in size to the recent versions. Next, we look at the new Pro and Pro Max variants. Like the Air, both of them sport new camera blocks covering the full width of the phone. Unlike the Air, however, have 3 cameras rather than 1. Though the flash and LiDAR sensor are now on the far side, those cameras remain in the same place and triangular layout. The new block is reported to help add a 48 megapixels sensor to the telephoto camera. Presently, the only Pro iPhone rear camera still running a 12 megapixel sensor. Cole comments that on these dummies there is no evidence of leaked alterations, such a revised MagSafe cutout, a unibody design or aluminum sides, replacing the titanium of existing Pros. But it might be related to their structure or the stated schematics behind them, rather than those earlier disclosures not being right. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max still measure 6.3 and 6.9 inches, like the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max we have now. Their button configurations aren't any changed on the dummies either, and although it's hard to tell on a model without a working screen, the dynamic island notch doesn't appear to have altered at all either. Finally, there's the iPhone 17 basic model, which looks a lot different from the other new iPhones because it lacks the new larger camera bump. In actuality, it still seems remarkably comparable to the iPhone 16. Hopefully, some internal features and color choices may change, but otherwise, it appears Apple is just planning minimal improvements to the vanilla iPhone for 2025. Fourth, the iPhone 17 Air seems shorter than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This matches a Bloomberg story that stated the Air's screen size might sit between the 6.3-inch iPhone 16 Pro and the 6.9-inch iPhone 16 Pro Max, comparable to iPhone 16 Plus. Several theories have pointed to a 6.6-inch ProMotion-equipped OLED panel with ultra-slim bezels. Reportedly, Apple contemplated making the upcoming iPhone 17 Air as large as the 16 Pro Max, but scrapped the plan owing to durability concerns. For instance, a big display on a thin device may bend more readily. The iPhone 17 Air likely include an upgraded 24 megapixels front camera, up from 12 megapixels in the iPhone 16 series, and maintain the pill-shaped notch. It might be powered by the Apple i18 or A19 CPU, paired with 8 gigs of RAM. This would bring it on level with the normal iPhone 17. It is anticipated to arrive with iOS 19, which is scheduled to provide a substantial overhaul to the iPhone's operating system. Apple's iOS 19 is likely to enable users customize the style of icons, menus, applications, windows, and system buttons. The company is designed to simplify the way consumers discover and operate their devices, incorporating design influences from the Vision Pro's operating system. Apple's all-new iPhone is anticipated to cost approximately $900 and will likely launch with the rest of the iPhone 17 series in September. The final lineup might look like this: iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. Whether you're interested in the new iPhone 17 Air, the enhanced iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, or the plain old iPhone 17, Apple may have scrapped the extremely scratch-resistant anti-reflective display coating that it intended to deploy for the iPhone 17 Pro models, according to a source with trustworthy information that spoke to Mac Rumors. Last spring, Weibo leaker Instant Digital said Apple was working on a new anti-reflective display layer that was more scratch-resistant than the ceramic shield. We haven't heard anything new about an improved display coating since then, and it seems like that's because it didn't work out. Apple intended to apply the anti-reflective coating for the higher-end iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max models, which would have made them the first iPhones with an anti-reflective display. Apple had faced issues scaling up the display coating process, and it is now no longer a planned feature for the iPhone 17 Pro models. The procedure for adding the anti-reflective coating on the iPhone display was too slow when taking into account the millions of handsets that Apple creates, so even if it was only intended for the Pro models, it still appears that it wasn't possible this year. Current iPhone models contain a fingerprint-resistant oleophobic coating, but Apple hasn't worked substantially on anti-reflective technology. For the Mac and iPad Pro, Apple provides a nano-texture display that cuts down on glare, but that's not something that has been introduced to the iPhone. It's conceivable Apple went to nano-texture or a simpler covering, but it's also probable it's simply been discontinued entirely for now. With the Galaxy S24 Ultra, Samsung revealed a Gorilla Glass Armor display screen, which cuts down on reflections by up to 75%. The approach improves contrast in strong lighting circumstances and makes colors look more true to life even in the sun or in rooms with bright lights. If the iPhone 17 models don't wind up having the planned anti-reflective display characteristics, Apple might integrate the display update in a future iPhone as the manufacturing process improves. Next, a RAM boost has been speculated for the iPhone 17 family on many instances. However, there has been a hiccup in the past, as analyst Ming-Chi Kuo indicated that the basic version would possibly come with 8 gigs of RAM instead of 12 gigs if Apple could not address its supply shortfall concerns. Thankfully, a tipster has come out and reaffirmed that the whole range will be subjected to a RAM boost, leading to varied benefits, with one of the most significant modifications being a performance jump in AI-related apps. While Apple is recognized for having a memory-efficient operating system, there is only so much that can be done on the software optimization front, and any device may considerably benefit from a specs update. On this occasion, Weibo tipster Digital Chat Station says that the complete iPhone 17 series will have 12 gigs RAM, which should boost its capabilities related to Apple Intelligence, given the business provides additional essential improvements on its projected timetable. With iPhones having native support for AA games, a RAM upgrade will be useful in this area, while also letting users to keep several applications running in the background for longer, resulting in increased multitasking capabilities. In addition to highlighting the 12 gigs RAM jump, the report indicates that the A19 Pro would be mass-manufactured using TSMC 3rd generation 3 nanometer technology. It is possible that the tipster made an error on his side, because Apple has always distinguished its less expensive and more luxury variants with a chipset option. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max are likely to get the A19 Pro, but the regular iPhone 17 and iPhone 17 Air are said to be exposed to the conventional A19. To assist increase the performance of the costlier variants, Apple is believed to add a vapor chamber, which should also cover the DRAM chip, enabling it to operate cool under extreme workloads. In similar occurrences, Digital Chat Station has also suggested that the iPhone 18 series launching next year would have 6-channel LPDDR5X RAM, although the memory capacity might be restricted to 12 gigs. The future iPhone 17 series of phones from Apple may have Samsung's M14 screens, according to a respected source. The iPhone 17 Vanilla/Air is now equipped with the M14 panel, noted the tipster, who goes by the name of Jukamus Reeve on social networking site X. Notably, Samsung's M14 panels are organic light-emitting diode displays that provide improved brightness, more accurate colors, and an extended lifetime. Apple is apparently changing the iPhone 17 Pro's camera design. While the triangle lens architecture will survive, the camera bump itself is said to be transformed from a rounded square to a rectangle. The Apple logo is said to be in the middle. The light-emitting diode, light detection and ranging scanner, and microphone are scheduled to be positioned in a vertical line. The Air model of the iPhone 17 Air is rumored to be the first non-Pro iPhone to boast a 6.6-inch OLED display with ProMotion technology and a 120Hz refresh rate. It is also speculated to operate on Apple's forthcoming A19 chipset. Leaks suggest that the iPhone 17 Air's cost may be roughly 89,900 rupees in India, the same as iPhone 16 Plus. The new phone is also believed to feature an aluminium frame, in keeping with Apple's ambition to shift to more compact and portable phones. Rumors also indicate that the iPhone 17 Air would sport a 6.55-inch display. It's also probable that Apple will work on software optimization for a single rear camera, aiming to achieve performance comparable to or better than a dual lens system. 48 megapixels plus 12 megapixels. Its predecessor, the iPhone 16 series of phones, were originally launched in September 2024. Running on iOS 18, the phone has a random access memory of 8 GB and storage of 128 gigs. So, that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.